If you're ever having trouble with your spray gun, sometimes you may have to replace it. You actually don't have to remove the spray gun from here. It actually comes apart right here at the handle. And you can unscrew this and check to see if you're having issues inside of this plunger. Usually the problem will be inside of this spray gun. You could either replace, clean, fix, and easily just reinstall. It has an O-ring. On some spray guns, they may have a screen or strainer behind the nozzle, which would need to be cleaned. The benefit of this is to stop drippage out of the end of your spray gun so that it doesn't continue to drip all over the lawn. So make sure to check for your check ball screens. To get the proper amount of liquid out of your spray tip, you may have 40 psi at your pressure gauge, but if your check ball screen is so dirty that the water cannot get out of the nozzle, you won't get the desired spray rate that you're looking for. You need to check these screens to make sure that they're not completely caked up and dirty. Liquid will just return into the tank. Even though you've got 40 psi, it's not going to come out of your nozzle. Some of the reasons you may not get your desired spray rate can be dirty screens, ground speed, and pressure. One of the biggest things to keep in mind is pressure makes very little difference, where ground speed makes a very large difference. Let's say our desired rate is 15 gallons of water per acre, or that is equivalent to 0.34 gallons per 1,000 square feet. There's many different ways we can do that. If you're a customer that has, under 7,000 square foot lawns, you're going to need to go a slower ground speed, such as maybe 3 miles an hour. You can achieve the 0.34 or 15 gallons of water per acre with a green nozzle at 3 miles an hour and 40 psi. And let's say your properties are 20,000 square feet average size. You could run a yellow nozzle and get 0.34 gallons per 1,000 at 4 miles per hour. You run some big properties and everything's over a half acre, you could easily do the 5 mile per hour ground speed, run a lavender nozzle, and you'll see the 0.34 gallons per 1,000 at 40 psi. Let's say you're in a windy state where you've got constant winds, you could run a blue tip, which you'll see the 0.35 here, but you're actually able to run that at 30 psi with very large droplet size. So all I'm trying to show here is there are many different ways to get the same rate at different ground speeds, different pressures. Don't feel like you have to run 5 miles an hour if you're on a 7,000 square foot lawn. On many different machines, you'll have different spray charts. This one happens to be on the side of the machine. If your machine doesn't have a spray chart, often you can look in a catalog, print off that spray chart, and you'll have that for a reference. If you're having problems with your pump priming or performing correctly, one thing you want to check is to make sure the vent is not stuck. This little ball has to be able to suck down and allow air into the tank for liquid to be pulled out of the tank. So always check that.